Welcome to Good Dunning in the Park with Mr. Floyd or Josh, and welcome. And we do this Monday through Friday. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're watching this in a replay, thank you. I appreciate you. And if you're watching this in rewind, there you go. All right, last night we had Laura B on last night on Tuesday Night Live, pulling cards, and it was amazing. Thank you, Laura, so much. And we're going to fix that a little bit next week. I'm going to set up hopefully, unless it's like $1 million or something, I'm set up a Streamlabs account. So whenever whoever's live with us, and we're going to have Laura back on the channel probably every 2 weeks to do cards. That way it's Streamlabs seems to be a lot better, and should have just taken everybody's advice and used it. But so I apologize if you sat in the wrong stream or anything, but you know what, we're all learning how to figure this out. There's no like instruction manual on how to do YouTube. There is, but there isn't. So grateful for all of you. Welcome to the Good Dawning here, and may it be a good dawning for you. Let's see what we've got here in chat. Laura, thank you again last night. That was amazing, and I am eternally grateful. And so is everybody, I'm sure, who got the awesome readings. Millie, good dawning as well, and work with Josh and St. John. Thank you. Please, if you want a one-on-one session, we are open for business. And I can tell you, there's 2 people, and one who may be in this chat shortly, who've had 7 people who've had one-on-ones. But the one in this chat here who stated to me it's made a humongous difference, and I'm grateful. You know, when you're sitting in a dark night of the soul and you don't know what's going on, and then you flip around years later, and you have somebody tell you that a one-on-one session has changed their universe with Saint Germain, I'm good. If I were to keel over right now, I'd be good, as far as all that goes. So let's see what else we got in the chat here. Cricket, good dawning. Henny, Yanksy, and I missed your reading yesterday with Ollie. I was in between with work and stuff, but I know you had Ollie read through John yesterday, so I hope that went well. And all right. So blessings to everybody who's here. We'll give it a few more minutes. We've got 10 in the chat already. That's amazing. And I can promise you there will not be any Sekhmet today, and no more screaming roars. But Sekhmet will be with us, and not screaming anymore, but she made herself present as a Toyota Tundra pulls up. So every time I see a Toyota Tundra, especially a green one or a purple one, I know St. Germain and Archangel Raphael are talking to me, because we did that one video where you have to go sit in the Toyota Tundra to feel it, to manifest it. And there goes the green Toyota Tundra. So there we go. So what we've been doing the past couple of weeks is a couple of things, really. First thing is we've worked with Isis. I miss Sekhmet. Maybe it's just me, but I love the energy. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I can honestly see how you could love that energy, Yanksy. Yeah, absolutely. You know, the reasons why we work with Sekhmet, we said it yesterday, and it's real simple, is, you know, we all have a dark side. And if you want to ignore your dark side during your ascension, during your wake up, you are more than welcome to, but it's going to come back and snap you. Whether you realize it or not, you may just have a jump where you're just in the space and your dark side just lashes out. That's where Sekhmet comes in. Yes, Sekhmet theoretically is, you know, somebody you wouldn't normally want to meet around the corner in the back of an alley, so to speak. But Sekhmet in her modern energetic form is not here to terrorize the earth anymore. She's here to help you ground into your darkness and not transmute it. You can never transmute your darkness, but to align it, to bring it in, to balance with you, so you're not walking your path in kilter there, so you're balanced. And of course, if your darkness goes crazy, then you just ground into Sekhmet to kind of rein it back in. But we all need somebody to work with us in the light, like Saint Germain and Archangel Raphael, and we need somebody to work with us in the dark, just like with Sekhmet. Unfortunately, we are both. And to ignore that is to ignore 50% of who you are. If you notice your universe, generally speaking, 50% of your days are awesome. 50% of your days are so to speak. Mostly there's probably more up than down, but if you get it, we're still in the world of duality. Even if you ascend, you're still dark and light and what have you, just learning to balance that and have more control of your personal energetics and what you choose to radiate and put out. That's why we work with Sekhmet. If it's too much, if you don't want to work with dark energies, we certainly understand she's not going to be out too much. But in order to find the balance between, even Saint Germain says it, and he'll say it again. Here we go. In order to find the balance, you must have Sekhmet as well. You cannot have the Saint Germain and the beautiful violet flame, which you have on at 3 degrees if you have your dial there. But otherwise, you cannot have Sekhmet or your Saint Germain if you do not have a Sekhmet. You need both to balance out your universe. And so that's why Josh brought in Sekhmet. Sekhmet brought in herself, but Josh had been working with her because he needed that push. Sometimes if you are sitting in your dark space, you need a lion's roar to move you forward. So there we go. All right. So that's why we work with Sekhmet. Saint Germain can say it better than I can. And so there we go. So I certainly apologize again for anybody who was flipped out in any sort or wasn't expecting that. Neither was I, and nor was I expecting it to be so loud. I had channeled Sekhmet the night before, but the roar, obviously in my apartment. And at night, it's not going to be as loud. So during the day, it was a little louder. So again, I apologize, but thank you. So what we're going to do today is Isis is saying to center us down. So we're going to do two things. We're going to climb into, we're not doing any cord cutting today. We did cord cutting yesterday. So we're not going to cut any cords today. But what we are going to do today, actually, we didn't do much cord cutting because we grounded into our picture. So we're going to ground it into our picture. But we're going to get into our pyramid. So if you work with Isis, like we are here as a group, or if you're new here, Isis, and we do work with Isis, and this is why we say, before I'll give you the disclaimer, you only see less than 1% of the light spectrum for a reason. So if we're working with Isis, then specifically she's going to drop a pyramid of protection around you. You cannot see that. If this is your toroidal field and your energetics, then from your end, if you have not seen or cannot see your pyramid of light around you, feel into it. We don't see everything in this universe. We only see that much. Ooh, that much. There we go. Squishing your head, that much. But what we don't see, we need to feel into. So we're going to get into those pyramids. And if you're new, Isis, of course, as we work with her, the Isis Oracle card is up, is offering you a pyramid of protection as well. So all you need to do is drop in to yourself, which hopefully you can do. Center into yourself, and then bring yourself in. The pyramid's around you. So Isis is asking us to center into the pyramid. Then she's asking us within our pyramid, because she wants part of this as well. Second thing we've done, we've been working on a 90-day project, which will end like November 9th. If you're with us, never jump right in. Basically, close your eyes. Imagine what you want to see your universe to be in 90 days. Put it in a frame or a poster or whatever. Stick it to your interior wall in here. Because this is how you change. Your exterior wall has to be changed interiorly first, inside first. So we're going to climb into our pyramids. Isis is going to ask us to fire up. She's asking us to fire up the violet flame, and she's going to come in and work with us in the violet flame to help manifest what we're looking for in 90 days. So if we close our eyes, and if you're new here, Isis has offered you a pyramid of protection. So just imagine that there's a light pyramid around you, protecting you. And of course, as you move, it moves. If you get into the car, the pyramid protects your car. If you go home, the pyramid drops around your house. So it is a morphing pyramid, and it is given to you by Isis. And again, if we saw more than 1% of the visual light spectrum, because we are all creating this as energy, you would see, most likely, you would see, but you would see the light, the pyramid. So there we go. So we're going to climb into our pyramid. And all you need to do so is just center yourself, either standing, sitting, if you're at work, whatever you're doing. If you're driving, you're centered as you're going to be. Driving and centeredness go hand in hand. And if you're not centered when you're driving, you'll crash your car. So there you go. So we're all centered when we drive, whether we realize it or not. It's actually the most centered because our brain is centered exactly on driving, even if we're distracted. So that's when we're most centered. Good dawning. Good dawning. And so from our end here, we're going to get into the light pyramid. So climb in, and if you're new, just imagine a pyramid of light around you. You've probably heard this on 800 different channels, so this isn't anything new. It's how we move energetics on this planet, is we have to move them inside. So we see the pyramid. We're in the pyramid. And now we're going to invoke the violet flame. If you already were here yesterday, the violet flame is invoked within you. And it's there, but we're going to state it again. All you really need to do is turn up your dial. So we're sitting there in the pyramid, and we ask, all right, Saint Germain, we're going to invoke. I'm invoking the violet flame of Saint Germain. We're not even going to get into the archangels. with it, we're just going to ask Saint Germain to help us invoke the violet flame, bring it around us so that we can heal and transmute any negative energies to help us to receive what we are looking for in 90 days. Well, like 88 days or something, give or take, anymore. So there we go. November 9th, that's our target date. So we send her up. We may make it 11/11 just because that sounds better, but either way. So we send her up and we invoke the violet flame. So just invoke it within yourself by stating, I invoke the violet flame to come in all around me to help transmute any negative energies today. We're transmuting negativity. So we fire up the violet flame. If you have, you can also imagine turning up a dial on a gas stove. So right now we left it at 3 yesterday when we left. So you can turn it up. I say 6 or 7, maybe 8. Turn it up. There you go. And you'll feel the violet flame around you. Take a deep breath. Isis is going to come in as well. And all we're asking you to do is to center on what you want to see your universe to be somewhere around November 9th, 10th, 11th. Stick it to your wall. So imagine you're sitting in your pyramid. See what you want over the next 90 days. We've got the violet flame around us as well, transmuting any negativity that's going to self-talk us out of what we want in the next 90 days or tell us that we're not worthy. And we're going to chill for a minute. So take a deep breath, breathe in with me, and center yourself. Visualize what you want your universe to be in the next 90 days. What are your intentions? What do you see? Remember, the violet flame is around us. Any negativity that comes up, give it to the violet flame. Any unworthiness, we want to give it to the violet flame. All right. So we see that we're going to stay in our pyramids. We're going to bring in Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain to do a channeling. If you're new here, again, thank you. And hopefully you're in your pyramid there. And we're going to bring in Archangel Raphael. I'm now a conscious, semi-conscious to conscious channeler. As you saw yesterday, I can open my eyes, what have you. In the light of the sun, it's a bit much because that's our solar codes and that's how we grow. Energetically, that's what we need. And so having the solar codes coming in while I'm trying to channel is a little bit awkward. Fortunately, I'm in the shade, so that helps. But so we'll bring in, and we're all still in our pyramids. You do not need to be, you can kind of center on what you want your universe to be for the next 90 days. Of the violet flame, you can turn it down or leave it up. And if you turn your violet flame into a pilot light and leave it on, all you have to do is turn the gas up and down. You don't have to invoke it anymore. You can leave the violet flame sitting at the base of your spine as a little bit of a pilot light. And when you need it, you just say, Saint Germain, I need to turn up the violet flames. I'm turning it up, and turn the dial either physically, like, again, energetics, or in your mind. Either way, or your heart. Either way, it works. What works. All right. What did Henny say? On earth as it is in heaven, I see only God, wealth, and happiness. Beautiful, Henny. We're going to take that into our channeling. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good dawning, everybody, and welcome. We are Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain, and we are channeling through Josh for you today from the park. How awesome is that? And you are sitting in your pyramid of protection from ISIS. And remember this. This is your universe. You are a toroidal field. You are an energetic field. You are not your trauma body. Your trauma body, if you were to put it in a deep electron microscope, would be mostly air, space. You would have a molecule and an electron all whirling around, but you would have lots of space in between. You are not real. You do not truly exist as much as you think you do exist. And we'll leave that one alone for now. But nonetheless, we are grateful that you are here. And if you are sitting in your pyramid of protection from ISIS, you may not see it, but if you feel into it, it is there for you. It is there to protect you from the negative energies in your universe. You can, if you are not protecting yourself, the pyramid is not going to do you any good. If you are walking into negative situations and allowing them to control you, to run over you, well, that's on you. But if you have your pyramid of protection on and you are in the negative situation, you walk away. Maybe the pyramid helps you to do so. Nonetheless, we are grateful that you are here. And we are working with you to visualize your universe, to bring in, we're working with intentional energetics now. For you to bring into your universe what you are looking to see in your universe in the next 90 days, whatever that is for you. So we are sitting in the pyramid, which is going to, if you put for example, if you put an unsharpened knife into a pyramid, and it's a decent pyramid, not lopsided or what have you, and you have faith, you come back a day later, your knife could be sharpened. You're an understanding of how the power of the pyramid works. And so we are putting that around you and the point. We are focusing that point right above your head, where your soul star chakra would technically be, your chakra above your crown chakra, where you are connecting yourself to the ground source field, and then it comes through and then goes into your crown chakra. So we are putting that pyramid up there to give you that extra energetic, so to speak, to protect you as well. We are also putting you in the pyramid so that when you are grounding into what you are looking for, you have that extra energy. You are going to transmute the negativity if you are sitting in a pyramid of light. It is a lot harder for you to be negative than it is if you are not sitting in the pyramid of light. Good morning. We are saying hello to you. So there we go. She's walking by. She walks by every day. And so we say good morning to her. We say good morning to everybody who walks by. And we would spit the camera around, but she has already long since passed. And we do not know if she has given permission so to speak to be on camera. But not that you need it. You are in a public park. So if you're in a public park doing public things, you are allowed to be on. We can record you doing whatever you want. But we are not going to record the passers-by unless she wants to be on camera. Nonetheless. So if you are in your pyramid of protection and you are standing, close your eyes for a moment. We are going to visualize what we are seeing for our next 90 days. But not only visualize, we are going to bring in feeling to that. You can see what you want in your universe, but if you do not feel what you are looking for in your universe, you're not going to attain that. Not so well, because you are just moving dense energy. Seeing it and moving 3D dense objects is not so, it's easy if you're in body. But if you're trying to move dense objects in your mind, it's not so easy. You're not Yai Geller, so to speak, or your bendy spoon. But nonetheless, if you are trying to bring something forth into your universe, now you need to get the energetics together. So you need to see it, put it in your third eye, see what you want, see it clearly. If you want a Toyota Tundra, and you see that Toyota Tundra, we had discussed it before, you have to get into the Toyota Tundra too. But if you want a Toyota Tundra, then you have to feel yourself driving the Toyota Tundra. If that's what you're looking for in your energetics for the next 90 days, then you have to feel yourself buying the Toyota Tundra as well. It is not going to work for you if you just get in the Toyota Tundra in your mind. You have to feel it. You have to feel, and of course, you have to feel the seats and you have to feel the steering wheel in your mind. You have to turn on the radio, so to speak. And if you have clear audience, then you could hear an awesome song like My Future So Bright I Have to Wear Shades coming out of the radio from the Toyota Tundra that you want, that is all in here, but eventually will be right up there. It has to start in here first. And if you are not starting in here or in here, then it's never going to start out there. Everything in your universe, everything, from the gimbal the DJI gimbal that Josh is using for the show, to the microphone, to the cell phone, to the Salomon t-shirt and the company that makes the skis and the boots and all of that, every single thing in the universe had to start with a thought. Just what we are doing now, grounding into an energy of what you are looking for. Josh is hearing sirens. Whenever he hears sirens, and this is something that you can do in your universe, you can send them love and favor. So he's hearing ambulances or fire trucks, and he's going, we are sending love and favor to the fire trucks, and wherever they are going and whatever they are involved in, and whoever is involved, may the universe find love and may it be peaceful, and we are sending love. So you can do that. We recommend if you see a fire truck or an ambulance roll by, you are energetics. So you can stick some love to that ambulance by going favor to whoever is in there, wherever they are going, and throw a love bubble around it. It's all your choice, but if we are creating energetics in the universe, that's something that you can do. But nonetheless, if you are creating your universe, as we were saying before, and you're sitting in your pyramid, and you're wanting your Toyota Tundra as your 90 days, what you want to see in around November 11th, around Josh's dad's birthday, November 10th. But nonetheless, you have to feel into that as well. First off, you have to feel that you are worthy of having your Toyota Tundra or whatever you are looking for in 90 days. There are people yelling back and forth across the park. They're using their voice very loudly. So if you hear that, we apologize. But they're not wanting to talk directly. They're wanting to yell. So there you go. Some people do not understand that energetics of screaming, for example, is ruining peace, is like breaking peace for other people, but they are just screaming at their child instead of going to talk directly to their child. So nonetheless, are you doing that? Can you notice where you are breaking peace in your universe? We're just using this as an example here where the child is getting yelled at by the mom. Can you see in your universe where maybe you are screaming or using your voice in a loud manner where you are breaking the peace of other people. Keep that in mind. Pay attention to your energetics. If you are in a park and you are standing there and you are seeing peace and feeling grounded, and you are screaming at somebody across the park, are you breaking everybody else's peace and grounding? And why do you need to be screaming? Why do you need to have that attention drawn to you? There is a subconscious level when you scream across an empty field, for example, or a quiet place, but there are people around, and you're going, "Hey, Bob," and you are screaming that instead of walking over to Bob. You are asking to be looked at. Do keep that in mind. You are bringing the attention to you purposely, not only from Bob, but from the rest of the universe that's out in the park. So when mom is screaming at her son, she is not only screaming at her son, instead of just talking normally, she's saying, "Hey, look at me. Look at my energetics, and aren't I amazing? You can hear me from a mile away." Keep that in mind. It is not how you see it, but that is the case in a lot of ways. But when you are sitting in your pyramid and you are feeling into your Toyota Tundra, you have to feel into what you want for your 90 days. If you do not feel into it, it will not show up. This is not the old energies of 1985, where if you want something, so to speak, you're going to go, "I have the tiger, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to ground into my solid self." You're not grounding into your soul self at that time. And you're grounding into the energetics of "I can do it." We are not in that space anymore. We are not in the energetics of "I can do it." You're not going to see yourself digging ditches to get all X so you can go fight your fight or whatever. You're not, the fight is within yourself, and it always will be within yourself, but we are fighting these things energetically now. We are not going out there and digging ditches to get ourselves in better shape or to feel better from a loss. We are moving energetics in a different way these days than the eye of the tiger, energy, so to speak. Now you could bring in the Sekhmet, energy, but you are doing that inside yourself. You're going, "I have that energy," so to speak, and pushing it forward. But you are not grinding in like you would back in 1985, where you're hustling, staying up till 5 a.m., pushing yourself, doing more and doing more. You can do less, and you could do this in 10 minutes, just moving energetics. So you want your Toyota Tundra. Whatever you want. We're just using the Toyota Tundra as an example because Saint Germain loves Toyota Tundras. But nonetheless, we had said that in a few videos, Toyota Tundra, so there you go. But nonetheless, whatever you want in your universe, you are sitting in that. So close your eyes, sit in what you are looking for in the next 90 days. And if you are new here, just like showing up, then quickly pull into your universe what you would like in the next 90 days, how you would like to see your universe in the next 90 days, and what you would want from your universe in the next 90 days, November 9th, 10th, 11th, around there. So hold that thought for a minute. Feel into it. Do not just see it. Feel it. What does it feel like, whatever you are looking for in your universe in the next 90 days? If you're looking for love, feel that love. Feel the love within yourself, because you can only get love if you have love for yourself. Otherwise, you are just bonding to the traumas that are exasperated within yourself. You will love somebody based on the fact that you have the same traumas. If you want to do that, that is fine, but that is up to you. There are people dancing. It is fun. If you sit here, we could spin it over, but we do not want to put them on camera per se. But it is funny nonetheless. Energetics can be quite interesting. So feel what you are looking for in the next 90 days. Does it feel good? Feel as if you have it. Put it in front of you. Are you looking to go on vacation in 90 days? Were you looking, did you write yourself a big check for 90 days? Are you looking for a better job in your next 90 days, or a new home? Maybe there's one of you looking to move out of a situation in the next 90 days. Anything is possible. You have to feel it though. So if you have whatever you are wanting in your universe over the next 90 days, just go ahead and feel into that. We're going to take a moment in silence, although it may not be silence because they are dancing and now singing some songs over in the corner over there, just around over there in the park, just like right there. That's away, so to speak. But nonetheless, so if you hear them, we apologize. But we do have the noise reduction on Josh's microphone. So there we go. But take a moment and feel what you are feeling. Feel the excitement of whatever you want to see our universe to be in 90 days. Now, if you are wanting your universe to be homeless, then don't feel the excitement of that. If you are in fear, if you cannot generate anything that's exciting for you within 90 days, then feel you are in fear. Maybe you have no job, or you are worried that you might be homeless in 90 days. Then see that situation corrected. If you have no job, see yourself in an abundant job. If you're worried that you would not have the money to pay your rent in 90 days, well, we hope you are present. But if you are jobless, yes, that could be a concern. So see yourself in a job, abundant and paying your rent in 90 days. It is up to you. So we're going to take a moment and center down and feel that. So feel, what does it feel like for you? Talk it over with yourself. What are you feeling? Are you feeling excitement? Are you feeling nervous? Are you feeling worthy? We're hoping that if you are manifesting something, you are feeling the worthiness of whatever you are wanting in your universe in the first place. If you're not worthy of it, then why are you manifesting it? That's a good question. Why would you bring up something into your universe energetically if you do not feel that you deserve it? You do that all the time. You will bring up a manifestation. I want this. I want a new Toyota Tundra, for, again, example. But then you go, I'm not worthy of a Toyota Tundra. I'll just take this beat-up Datsun B10 pickup truck instead, the 5-speed garbage pickup truck. But I am not worthy of getting a brand new Toyota Tundra. I'll buy this used pickup truck instead. You can do that to your universe, but you are only lowering your own personal energetics. Everybody is on an equal worthy field. We are all equally worthy. What takes you away from being worthy is your programming. If you are the same source energy, if you are Josh, and Josh is you, and you are everybody who is watching this YouTube channel, correct? You are the same source energy. The only difference is your avatar and your ego, so to speak. We have to wire you off, or we'd all be like sus. We'd all be like, we're not trying to turn into THX 11138, so to speak, where that was George Lucas's film school film. If you have not seen it, we recommend it. It's about a dystopian society where there's no love allowed, and everybody is shaved, and they have to wear white, and they all walk like they are robots, and they have to be exactly the same. We're not doing that. That is why you are exactly the same inside, but you are not exactly the same on the outside. We are all different. So, but we are not turning into THX 11138. But if you have not seen that movie, we definitely recommend it. It'll make you grateful for your universe and see where if you are not careful, your dystopian society could easily show up. But nonetheless, in your universe, feel into what you are looking for yourself. If you are looking for that Toyota Tundra, then feel yourself driving it. If you do not feel worthy, then you have to break down your barriers. You do this to yourself all the time where you'll manifest your Toyota Tundra, like we said, and then you end up in a Datsun B10 instead. And that is not very cool for your universe when you have the ability to buy your brand new Toyota Tundra instead. But hopefully you did not buy a Toyota Tundra from last year where they are being recalled. But nonetheless, engine troubles. But, nobody is perfect. Just like yesterday where Josh did the live and we cannot figure out how to get... And if you know, you can email Josh at mrfloydchannelings@gmail.com. How you can have a set up YouTube video. You want to do a live on Tuesday night, right? But then you have to go into Zoom to get your Zoom to land in your setup live, not to create a new live. If you know how to do that, Saint Germain would be so grateful. Even Saint Germain doesn't know everything. He does not know all your technologies. He can only do technology based on what Josh is doing because he's the channeler, so to speak. It's like he can only speak based on what Josh's vocabulary is. If Josh had a limited vocabulary, well, we wouldn't be channeling with him. But nonetheless, if Josh had a limited vocabulary, then you would have a limited channeling. This is how these things work. So in your universe, feel into, you are still in your pyramid, feel into what you are looking for the next 90 days. Feel it, observe yourself with it, in it, or being part of it, whatever it is for you. We cannot state. But feel it, be part of it. You are that energetics. That is how you gain what you are looking for. You become the energetics of what you are looking to have in the first place. So if you are looking for a Toyota Tundra, you are looking on videos, you are dancing around Toyota Tundra, you see Toyota Tundras all over the place. You become the Toyota Tundra you are looking for. And if you are an understanding of that, then perfect. We're not going to keep this too much longer. We can tend to go too long, too short. We try to keep this about 30 to 40 minutes. Not too much longer. It is your darling, and we want you to have the most awesome day as well. We are Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain, and we have channeled. Again, we apologize. Sekhmet came through, and of course, Raphael and Saint Germain, we succeeded the chat to Sekhmet for you. And we may do so again, as we will right now. Sekhmet is coming back through. But we are not going to scream. Sekhmet is not going to be loud. Feel what you want. And bring up the in yourself to get it. If you find your roar, you will get whatever you are seeing you want over the next 90 days. All right, Saint Germain is back. So we can channel just as a multi-channel. So we have Saint Germain, Sekhmet comes through, open channels. So there you go. If you declare yourself as an open channel, you declare it, and you don't state to your universe, open only to your family. If you don't want to be an open channel to other energetics, you don't want to be channeling, say, dark energies. But nonetheless, if you're an open channel to those who you have channeled, or those in your universe, and they could come through at any time. So keep that in mind. You see other channelers where they breathe in and then they breathe out and then they say that message. They are more of a closed channel. They are bringing in the message, repeating it, and bringing in the next message. If you say you are an open channel, then it just flows right through, so to speak. So there we go. So Sekhmet might come through in channeling like that, but we are never going to have Sekhmet come screaming at you again. And Sekhmet herself says she's not going to scream at you. So, but she is right. If you do not ground into those energies, then you're not going to get what you want. Get that internal raw in yourself going, and you will get exactly what you are looking for if you push that. That would be your Eye of the Tiger, your 1985 energy can be transmuted into Sekhmet raw. I got this. In your frame. Can you do that? Let's see you do that. We're not seeing it. Literally, we are on YouTube. But stand in your frame and go, Now, if you are in the bank or something, don't do that. You would look a little crazy, so to speak. But if you're at home, sitting there, feel how that is. You are getting into something primal within yourself. And that is what Sekhmet is saying. You ground into that primal roar, that energy. You lift you raise up your vibration. You are grounding into something totally different. It's new energies, but you are going to, here comes the school bus. The school has started back already for the universe in Longmont, Colorado. So there you go. They do not get, what happened to the school? Did you not get school vacations? Was it not from Memorial Day to Labor Day to Memorial Day or something to that effect? From the end of June or the end of May to the beginning of September. But now you are going back to school. You are ending school in June and going back in the middle of August, but you are not teaching them anymore. So you are putting them back to school in these hot schools, but they have no most of these schools have no air conditioning. They go back to school in the second week in August. What more are they learning? And then, at least in most school districts now, they don't even have snow days because they just make you go online. So you are going to school like weeks more than you used to, but are you learning anymore? Are they teaching you that you are energetics? Are they teaching you that if you want something in your universe, stick it to your internal wall, so to speak, and focus your loving energies on it? Are they teaching you that? Probably not. They are just getting you to sit there in a hot school where they give you their versions of his story, so to speak. It is history, but is it really his story? We will leave that alone. What they are teaching in your schools, it is amazing. It is amazing that your universe can function with what they are teaching in your schools sometimes, but nonetheless, we love you. When you are sitting there in your pyramid, where you can release from your pyramid, but if you want to sit down, you can always ground into your pyramid. If your day is going goofy, take 5 minutes and ground into your pyramid of light. Take a minute, sit down, ask Isis to come in, turn up your violet flame. Not that if we are invoking the violet flame, you just invoke it around you if you have not. But imagine once you invoke the violet flame, do not let it go. Just say, I'm turning down the violet flame. You could turn it down to 1 or 0 and just leave the violet light on. That's why all you have to do is say, I'm turning up my violet flame, and it's already on. Whee! And turn the dial. Whoosh! And your violet flame will turn up. You do not have to separate yourself from the violet flame. Just turn it down so you are not always engulfed in it. Although you could walk around engulfed in the violet flame. It could be an interesting universe if you do that. But either way, it is there for you in your universe. So when you are grounding into what you are looking for in your next 90 days, feel it. When you are doing something and you are looking for more energetics, feel into it. Don't just look into it. If you are going on a vacation, for example, and you are seeing your itinerary, if you feel into your vacation, you're going to have a much more miraculous time when you are there. If you are sitting at home, feeling into the vacation that you are going to have. There we go. We love you. We hope that you love yourself. And when you are sitting there thinking about what you want, or feeling what you want for your next 90 days, know that you have to love yourself in order to obtain that. If you are not in love with yourself, then you are not going to obtain what you want. You are going to obtain the highest vibration based on the traumas that you have. There you go. So we love you. Releasing transmission. All right, there we go. So yeah, feel in, I guess. Again, I don't get the whole message. I get it, but I don't, but I do. And I'm really more energetics. So feel in to what you're looking for. Feel into what you're doing. And when you're sitting in your pyramid there, realize you have the dial. The violet flame is there in you. Right? Turn it up. And if you're connected, there you go. You'll feel the violet flame. And if you turn it down, you'll feel it as well. And when you're looking at what you've stuck to the wall for 90 days there, November 9th, 10th, feel that as well as see it. But that's anything in your universe. That's what I'm getting from Saint Germain. So whenever you're manifesting, if you're not feeling it, you're not going to be able to get into it. All right, let's see what we've got in the chat here. All right. Some of this is like between other people here. Thank you so much for your donation. I just received it. Oh, Henny, thank you for donating the lard. That was awesome. Yangtze, no apologies for Sekhmet. No fear here. Awesome. Yeah, we're not trying to give you any fear. We want you to understand, it's helpful when you're on Earth that you're 50% dark and 50% light. And if you ignore that and don't ground into something that's going to help you work through your darkness, Saint Germain loves you, but he's not going to transmute your darkness per se. You can turn it to violet flame and transmute it, but he's not. We work with Sekhmet to help you balance out. You are 50% dark, 50% light. Saint Germain is your light. Sekhmet will be your dark. The two merge together. You are balanced. Have a great day. There you go. That's why we work with Sekhmet. Balance. All right. That was one. Thank you. I appreciate that, Fatima. I truly do. Thank you, Fatima. Henny, always. Okay, so I think that's going to do it for this dawning. I love you guys so much. I am grateful for everybody who's here. Thank you for watching. If you want a one-on-one session with Archangel Raphael and Saint Germain, we are open. Just email me at Mr Floyd channelings@gmail.com. Next week, next Tuesday, whoever we have live, we will definitely. I'm going to get Streamlabs this week. Ground down. I'm off on probably Saturday at this point with my way my universe is. I'm going to ground in and get set up Streamlabs and see if that works a little bit better, or StreamYard, whatever it is, versus trying to do Zoom. And if you know how to set up a YouTube live and then set it up through Zoom so it goes straight to the YouTube live you set up and not create a whole new live, let me know at mrfloydchannelings@gmail.com. I would be ever so eternally grateful for that. I spent a few hours. I try not to get frustrated, and this is a life lesson too. Once I started getting frustrated about not finding the information, I just let go. And so yeah, don't let yourselves, 911. So don't let yourselves get frustrated. There you go. And it would, if I kept getting frustrated, I would throw that energy I would have thrown it into Tuesday nights live, and that wouldn't have been any good. I always feel better after, thank you, Suzette. We always feel better after seeing you in the chat. All right, guys, have an awesome, most beautiful, favored day. If you're watching this in the rewind there or the replay, if you're replaying this at home, whenever, thank you. And if it's day, dawning, noon, or evening, have a blessed one. Love you guys, and Isis is up, and I'll see you guys in the next. Much love.